Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're live, man. Do you want to say hello?
Come on, G.
Do you want to say hello?
Yo! Outside in Leeds. Get me at Midford.
Yeah,
I'm going to be seen without his shades on. He's a bit like you.
you know,
Shades on real quick.
oh, here we go. I forgot to tighten the handlebars and I put my hands on the front, went straight over it. And we got,
There's the MP.
oh, where is the? He was at the front last time. I bet he
Yeah,
does
he's
that
at the
this
front,
time. Yeah, big-headed twit he is. Can't wait for him to get booted out.
This way.
Let's wait and see what Jane tells us.
I thought Marlowe would have turned up, or Milo, whatever you call him.
Milo.
I was going to take the mick and say that he was responsible for Lib Dems losing.
It's very elderly, isn't it? It's unusual. This one is very, very elderly. It's not quite as old as me, but the lens is very, very useful. Compacting the front packs like this. Oh yeah, I shall be doing that. I haven't yet fallen over in the road, but it's not far.
They do this too early, I've said it before. If they did it at 1 o'clock, you'd have more turning up. No, well, I don't think a lot of people do. It's way too early to do it.
I agree with you, but only because I've had a bloody great breakfast this morning, so I might see it again if I have to run around.
Well, they've all said Wakefield should be good next week. Yeah, do the Wakefield one that says it's... He said go to the Wakefield one, there's our mate there. Yeah.
Sounds like a bomb.
He says it's brilliant. He lives in Wakefield now, he said. I can't wait for that MP to get booted out. I hope somebody votes him out, I tell you. I don't care who wins as soon as because I'll be grinning. Next election I'm going to stand there, but if he loses I'm going to be grinning at my God. Look at my face, you've lost. Because I'm a vindictive little sod. I hate that MP. Such a big head.
Right, stop bloody wittering, man. The band's about to play.
Oh yeah, we'll be quiet. It'll be good as well. There's a few more people now. Oh, I'm sorry it's dizzy. The wind's because I haven't got stabiliser on. Actually, have I? Yeah, it's stabilised. I haven't got the full settings on. I'll hold it like that. That hot chicken here from last year, though, was she? From the band. I remember there was one quite foxy one. Is it already? Time flies. Oh.
Oh, well, it's good to see you anyway.
Are you coming? Sorry, are you coming round with them? Oh, there we go. Actually, there's no police, is there? That's the only policeman I've seen.
Not seeing Victor today.
There's no police, is there? There's only him there. Shows you when it's not the pro-Palestinian lot, they don't need police. Yeah, it's a mix of everything. Yeah.
At least it's peaceful.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's one everywhere. They've said there's a massive one next Saturday in Wakefield. Oh, don't know if that's this side. That's like, you might have seen it, it's Jeremy Corbyn's there and everyone says you can make it. Yeah. Yeah. Or is it their own speaker? Oh. I won't mind, but they're spoiling the band.
All these things. They're all anti-establishment, aren't they? They're all against the country.
Technically. I mean, it'll be interesting if they get all irate because Reform have done so well. But I didn't think they would, but I was surprised.
I can't believe how chilly it's got.
It's supposed to be 16 degrees, so it might warm up.
The trouble is, when it's been so hot and it suddenly goes cold,
You notice.
right, then you really feel
Yeah.
it, don't you?
And I think when it's the morning as well, you tend to notice it's colder than when it's a bit later. Yeah. Well, it said it'd cool down, but yeah.
Pat, you're right, sir.
Are you the only policeman here then? Yeah.
My God.
Mate, your side, too fucking right, tax the rich. It's like a leaflet.
Poor Pat's on his own.
I know, but it just shows you, doesn't it? When it's not the pro-Palestinian lot, they don't have anything to fear. No.
electric blanket on tonight, but
It'd
that
be
is like
Oh, it's not that cold.
Do you know the air conditioning on 3 days ago?
Yeah, I've
Was
got.
that bloody warm? Oh.
Yeah, my house gets silly hot.
It's a bit of all sorts, isn't it?
Yeah, well that's it. We've got all the blocks in.
It's a bit of all sorts, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mad.
But last year, I mean, they were expecting thousands last year, but there were more. But maybe it's because everyone does it. See, Wakefield might be busy because I think they're more left wing up there. They seem to be. It's all my ex-mining families and stuff. When I was a student, when I was at college, we went to this a museum up there for mining, and the guy who was showing us around was called Doug, and I wet myself laughing. No one understood the joke. They all looked at me as if that. I said, Doug, his name's Doug. Do you not get it? It's hysterical. And they just thought I was an idiot. I said, it's Doug. I said, he's a miner. I mean, I know it. Yeah, well that's why I didn't like uni, the way they bullied people. But you see, being in Leeds, I don't think it affected us, except for the power cuts. That was all I remember, power cuts.
Yeah, candles, I remember in the candles.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Day week, I remember.
I know, and I think it depends where you lived as well, because we're sort of out in the countryside, so there was no. But if you were near a hospital, I bet you never experienced power cuts or shops. But if you were, there was no shops like we were. Oh yeah, flick the power off for them. I used to be watching TV as a kid and fall over. But it's ballsy when it's shouting.
Yeah.
I get really annoyed because they put that effort in, and it'd be quite nice to listen to them. They have to shout their heads off over. Yeah, they're all together, but they're all, you know, like on Pride. Are they in that? You know, like last time, and I didn't check, you know, like normal, the Palestinian, it looked the same, but last time, and I think they might do it this time, they walked through the Leeds City Centre, so they might take the next right instead of going on the road. I should have checked. I knew they were going the opposite way, but actually last time they came up there, or one of them, if I remember, they did come this way. So I don't know.
I'll tell you what's really nice, when they have the Army Day, you know, when they all come out, the army people, and they have the girls singing real music and all that.
Yeah, I keep missing that.
It's Armistice Day, isn't it?
I never know. Somebody, I missed it last year, and I was gutted because they had like a big plane
Really
and stuff.
good,
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'll have to. You see, I miss a lot of them because they don't pop up on Twitter. I don't know about them.
It is Armistice Day, but I'm sure there's another
There's
one.
all
I'm
sorts.
sure the other one, and they all come out.
There was one I think in Wakefield, and they don't do it in Leeds. I don't know. It's all
It's
strange.
really lovely afternoon.
Well, they never really. I mean, it's like there should be a single site that has them on. Oh, there we go. That's that lot. So you can see you've got the communist blocks and all sorts. And there's like a disabled block and.
They say refugees are welcome. Are they
most of them don't believe in it. You know what? There was one that was interesting. A few months ago, you know the guy, that Nick whatever from UKIP, the leader. Well, they were demonstrating against him, and somebody were chatting to the left-wing side, and one of them said, they said, what do you believe in? He says, I believe in limitations. And I thought, he started going on, and he was actually wanting stronger limitations than the guys on the other, and I thought, yeah, that's just hysterical. I thought, he's more right-wing than the ones that are supposed to be right-wing. I thought, you can't win. That's why I think they tell them to shut up, because they might start saying stuff that you're not supposed to have an opinion, that's the thing. You're just supposed to say mantra. And what's it resulted in? Reform winning. So that's why I always say, if all they're screaming and shouting and abuse, all it does is it pushes people to like reforms, so they're idiots. Instead of debating, I mean, I don't care either way, whatever, you know what I mean? But I always say, just debate rather than scream and shout. But there, are they going to turn right there? I think they might though. I might be wrong. Then Big Ed Burton and whatever his name will do a speech and run off. I hope he gets voted out next time.
Who's that?
You know that Richard, whatever, that Big Ed, who, you know, where the MPUs come. Whatever his name, you know, I said he'll call Richard Burton, I can't remember his name.
Right.
Yeah, but when there's next election...
What side is he on? What is he?
Oh, he's Labour, isn't he? Yeah. But he got voted out of Labour for a while. Because he stabs out all the Labour ones in the back and keeps saying, no, I don't agree with them. I'm thinking, well, if you had any guts, quit then, if you don't believe in your own party. But they never do. They just want to say it, but I hope he gets voted. I'm going to be at that election thing, and if he loses, I don't care who wins, don't care at all. Just as long as he, and I'm going to stand there grinning at him. I want him there. I'm so vindictive. I'm going to go, ha ha ha, you've lost. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to laugh my head off. I'm going to say, oh, yeah, you go, Mr. Big Head. He'll probably win. Because a lot of people just vote Labour regardless. Right, I'm going to walk down, and are you getting out? Are you coming out, bothering?
I'm going to go
You might as well join them. They'll love you on that.
I'm going to go down there for a coffee anyway. I'll go to the Cornish train. So
Try and go to Wakefield next week, and if you can. It should be a good one. Yeah. I'll see you later. Bye.
Which is coordinated.
No drama. There's a hot blonde in the middle there. She has been give me the eye. Oh,
What about him on that there?
which one? Oh no, haven't you seen her? She's got shortish hair. She was buzzing when she saw you filming her. I think she likes the camera. There we go. It's the union thing. Look at that idiot there. Oh, that's that councillor. You know that was that councillor last time he accused me of being right wing, is now. So he's forgotten what an ugly little man he is. I looked him up. He waved his ID at me last time. He thought being a councillor made it, yeah, arse.
We say welfare! 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 Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Say it loud! Say it clear! Refugees are welcome here! Free! 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 From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
Yeah,
That's
all the
not
nutters
reasonable,
are out. I know.
Can you remove your face covering, please?
No.
I think he was joking. I'm not sure.
Did it what?
I think he was joking. I'm not sure. I thought it was police for a minute. You know, I thought it was going to be dull. It might be warming up. I know.
Because we can't see where he's going.
He's asking to drop the bollards. Said they will. Oh. Which one? Oh, he's looking one.
Yeah, this guy here, really good. He's got police gloves from, right? Is he a copper pack? Right.
Anywhere. You know where I can get any alcohol from?
Yeah, what? Fuck your NHS shit.
Yeah, there's go down there. I'm just independent. There's a Tesco on the end.
Sweet, nice one.
And there's a Sainsbury's there. They're all expensive though.
Back onto Edra.
Yeah, they did it last time. That's Twickett trying to intimidate me.
Who?
That silly councillor. I hope he gets voted out. I'll laugh when he does.
Has he gone
No,
past?
yeah, he's gone back. Every time he sees me, he's bringing his camera out. Can't wait for the next
That
election.
guy that just filmed me.
Yeah, the one with the yellow
He
top
was a
on.
councillor.
Yeah, he waved his pass last year. That's why I know.
Wow.
He went, I'm a councillor, and he thought he missed important. So I looked him up. You look in the Leeds council.
That's what they're complaining about him.
There's a jerk. He thinks he's important because he's on the council. Really does. He waved his ID as if it was like CID. It was hysterical. He came up to me, you'll see a clip, he says, who are you? I want to know who you are. And I just run the YouTube channel. That's what he did last year. Oh, it's warming up now. I knew it was.
Getting low with it.
Yeah, I said before it's so early. Yeah, the sun's coming out. Why did it bring a coat? Oh, there's still that lot.
Never miss an opportunity opportunity to shout at McDonald's.
Oh, they're doing that.
Boycott McDonald's! Boycott McDonald's! Boycott McDonald's! Boycott McDonald's! Boycott McDonald's! Boycott McDonald's!
Here's another couple of old guilty white folk joining in with this diverse group of old white folk.
I got more coffees.
Yeah, there seems to be a few turning up. It's virtually finished. Pretty quiet.
He's got a sign of Gaza, the Warsaw Ghetto. Don't they know anything or nothing? I think they know all about it at all.
This lot just
They can't
turn
provide
up.
you with any evidence of what they
I
claim.
know.
They claim these things like Warsaw Ghetto. But they can't show you any proof of it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. That's
But it's just for show for social media.
It's for
That's
so-
what everyone
just for
does.
social media.
Every single one, there'll be one or two who believe in stuff, but most people come on these things are being told, if you're left wing, you're a nice person.
Gaza, like the Warsaw Ghetto. Have they looked at Gaza?
They're not bothered. Yeah, but
It's just a complete
you
lie.
think they care. They just want to look good on social media. To the friends, that's what it's about. That's it. So it's pointless. I know. So there's no point you arguing. I know. There's supposed to be one at 2, but I don't know if I'll bother. It's
The same again.
I don't know. It's you know that lot that always wear yellow that are anti-royal. They're here at 2.
Not our king, you mean?
Yeah, that lot who do that, which is pointless because by the sound of it, it's not constantly going to be around much long anyway, so it's just wasting the time. But it's no, they're supposed, but I don't know if they'll be a big group. I mean, it depends what time this finishes. I'm not too fussed. I can't imagine a huge amount will go, but you never know. They'll all probably switch jumpers and put that on just to be part of it. Oh God, keep going, I don't want them to see me. They're quite good, they do fire things. He's going to come up and talk to me. So I'm just going to have told you. Yeah, I'm busy. I'll chat to you afterwards. Yeah.
I'll be down here, alright?
Okay, I'll come find you. Oh, what? That was nice. What did you do to him?
He was brilliant. He didn't realise that I was there.
He said, Adam spotted me. I've had to run quick. He says, I'll be down there. I thought, yeah, I'll join you. Whatever. Did you see him?
Who?
Adam.
Adam too, is he?
Yeah, him with the fire lot. You know them two African lads? I think they're African.
Oh,
they do the
right,
fire.
yeah, he knows
I
that
said,
one. He knows that
oh,
one.
does he?
He's mates with him,
He
yeah.
says, oh, I'll be down there and I'll come back. So I might have accidentally forgotten.
There's a bit of indoctrination of children going on here.
Always is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're a racist. You are a racist. You are a racist.
That's exactly what it is.
It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech.
I just wanted to ask you
Freedom
why
of
is
speech. I know the law, my nigga. Freedom of speech.
Don't call me that.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. I said rule. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. I said rule, and I'm not a goddamn deal, but it's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Article 10 on the Human Rights Act, 1998. Freedom of speech. I know the law. I know you cannot test me. I know the law. Freedom of speech. Oh, yeah. You thought I didn't know the law, right? Yeah. I know the law. Under the Human Rights Act, 1998, Article 10.
What are you talking about?
Freedom of speech.
Yes.
Freedom of speech.
I asked you a
Dumbass.
question. That's
Ball head, you better grow some hill. Grow some hill, dumbass nigga. Look, it's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. You want to attack me? You should have touched me. I would fucking lay you out on the floor right now.
Do it then.
Hey, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
Freedom of
Don't call
speech.
me that,
Don't
bro.
touch me. Don't pull up on me. You better cheerleader. Where your cheerleader friend at? Where your cheerleader friend at? He brought a cheerleader. He think I'm scared. I'm not going for them. Hey, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. No, he pull up on me, tell me, I'm saying, boo, you suck. He said, they're fighting for your right, they're fighting for your right. I said, bro, don't pull up on me because it's freedom of speech. I said, boo, you suck, boo, you suck. This is my life. I said, freedom of speech. So if he touched me and his boy, I'd not go for him out and I would not be able to do it up. They touched me. They were like, yo, you cannot be saying that. And then the other white guy, two of them white guys. It was this bald head and this other guy, the other white guy. I don't know what he was. I would have knocked both of them out. I take both of them. If he want to fight with me, he'll fight. But I love fighting. If he want to fight, we can fight. I know what he looks like. That's what I'm saying. Freedom of speech, Article 10.
What happened?
Hey, freedom of speech under the Human Rights Act, 1998, Article 10.
What
you are
happened?
allowed to actually have freedom of speech.
What happened?
What happened was because they was marching and I was like, boo, you suck. Boo, you suck. And then the guy came up to me, you cannot say that. He came and touched me, you know. I actually pressed charges on him. That's assault. He came and touched me like, you cannot be saying that because they're fighting for your right. They're not fighting for my right. I going through a lot of problems in my own life personally. They're not fighting for my right. That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying it's freedom of speech, though. I could articulate myself in a way that I could feel comfortable and be like, you know what? I feel like I'm saying I just want to say, "Boo, you suck." So how I'm saying, "Boo, you suck," and you have a problem with that? How I'm saying, "Boo, you suck,"
You've got the right to do it.
and they got a problem with that?
You're not
Tell
even-
me. You tell me.
You're not even being offensive.
That's what I'm saying.
I know it's the
Yeah,
most,
that's
it's
what
the
I'm saying, right?
mildest, it's the mildest demonstration
Exactly.
going.
That's exactly
Oh,
what I'm saying, man.
Your hair's cool, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
See you later.
Yeah.
Love the hair as
Yeah, have a
well.
good
Don't
day.
worry about it.
Maintain
See you
them.
later.
Maintain them. Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Don't threaten people. Maintain them. Yes, sir.
You didn't even do anything offensive. See you later. I know. See you later. I know. Cheers. That wasn't exactly offensive going, "Pooh, you suck."
Didn't they turn right? Where's
No, left, I'm sure of it. They went left last
Turned
time.
right.
No, they went left last year. They've already been down there. There they are, you can see them. I'm going to have to do that. I like that. I'm going to have to do that myself, boo. You suck. It was funny. Boo, you suck. I wish I caught him saying it. I thought he said something offensive.
Power to the people!
Boo, you suck.
Boo, you suck!
I liked him. It was funny. I'm tempted to go behind that MP and stick 2 fingers up, but I don't know if I'll be in trouble. Can't stand them big-headed twit. Oh dear. Well, it's getting warm now anyway.
I've got my jacket on.
I know.
I've got my top on. I've got a t-shirt on.
I fell off my bike today like an idiot. Oops.
We charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide. Palestine. Palestine. Palestine.
Yeah, you missed a bit of action back there. Somebody said, yeah, you know, no, there's something at 2 though, but it might be, so you know that lot that wear yellow, that are against the royal family, they're meeting at 2, but there might be no one there. Same place, library. I don't know if many will turn up though. Yeah, they're part of it, but they're just gently separated. They're all one, but they've like, the pro-Palestinian lot got slowed up. But yeah, technically they're one. No, I mean last year we're busy, but it's because it's so, like you said, it's so early that I don't think many turn up. I've said this last year, if they did it at 1 o'clock, they'd have more people. I'll tell you what's worth going to.
See a proper communist flag, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they're part of it, it's the trade union. This isn't pro-Palestinian, it's a trade union one. Yeah, they're part of the bloc, but if you get a chance, next Saturday, Wakefield, it's early, that's supposed to be a good run. It's early in the morning. How long have we been going? Oh, an hour. Oh, it's getting warmer now.
Refugees are welcome here.
I don't know whether. Oh, we're going further down. Got the vendor, do you? Right. I don't know what the plan is. Oh, they're just going to walk around, are they? Come in this way, just to extend the fair dues. Stand up here.
There'll be time for pictures afterwards. You grab as many people on the steps, please. Thank you.
Big reach.
Grab as many people on the
At the front.
See.
We say fight back! We say fight back! We say fight back!
A wide range of organisations.
Show us what solidarity looks like! This is what solidarity looks like! Show us what solidarity looks like! This is what solidarity looks like! Show us what equality looks like! This is what equality looks like! Show us what community looks like! This is what community looks like! Our NHS! Our NHS! Not for sale! Not for sale! Not for sale! Not for sale! Ceasefire now! 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 Refugees are welcome here! Refugees are welcome here! Refugees are welcome here! We say welfare! We say welfare! We say welfare! 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 We say welfare! We say welfare! One struggle, one fight! One struggle, one fight! One struggle, one fight! One struggle, one fight!
Do you know what Acorn is? Right.
You happy with that?
Yeah, that's good.
Leave the wire on that side, this side here.
Further down, please, everyone, for the speeches.
To be fair, it is supposed to be open to people outside Leeds. It's not just Leeds. But I think that's actually why not many turn up. They do it so early. It's too early to get here. I mean, last year they claimed thousands would turn up, but you see, normally
Can we move down towards
the
gallery for the
pro-Palestinian
speeches?
protests used to start 1.
Down towards
This
the
lot,
gallery for the speeches,
they do it at
everyone.
what, 11:30. So get in here. If you're further away, it's not easy to get to.
Can we move down towards the gallery for the speeches?
And last year there's a lot more. Not a huge
Can we
amount more,
move down
but
for the speeches? We have a few speeches, comrades. You want to move down?
I mean there are some from Leeds because I recognise them. But in theory they should come from all over. But then again I think other places do these things too.
Can I ask you to gather
Comrades.
round? We're going to start the speeches in
I mean they're talking like this 1970s language, calling people comrades. And they wonder why people aren't really attracted to it. I mean it's because they talk like this weird cosplay as if they're living in the, you know, some weird communist country, which most people reject. I mean, if you notice, look around, they're all middle class. Most of them are white, and they're 100% middle class. Doesn't attract working class people. And yet they claim to be for the working class. In fact, look at that councillor who tried to intimidate me by waving his camera every time in my face. Pathetic. They hate the working class. Like that councillor, I can't wait for them. I don't care who you vote for, just vote them out.
Okay, comrades, we're going to
Comrades,
make a
it's
start. It's been a
pathetic, isn't it?
fantastic march and rally. Can I ask you to give your attention to the speakers? Please, comrades.
Comrades, it's ridiculous. They sound moronic saying things like comrade.
Comrades.
Comrades.
My name's Jane Aitchison. I'm the president of Leeds Trade Union Council. I want to tell you about Leeds Trade Union Council. It was formed in the 1860s to bring together trade unions all across Leeds, and that's what we are still doing today.
Yet the
In
irony is
1890,
unions aren't
Leeds
united,
was
they all
London
can't stand
called the
each other.
first ever May Day marches and rallies, and we've been marching and rallying and demanding change ever since. Now then, trade unionists went on to found the Labour Party, don't boo, to give trade union members a political voice that we all need and still need today. Yesterday, comrades, was a bad day for Labour. Labour have let us all down in power. Labour started off by letting down some of the poorest kids in our society by refusing to lift the 2-child benefit cap. Then they let down pensioners by axing the winter fuel allowance. Labour let disabled people down by cutting their benefits. Labour have let trans people down by not standing up to the bigotry. Labour have let us all down by not increasing our standards of living as they promised to do. So, comrades, it isn't surprising that yesterday was a disaster for Labour, but more importantly, it was a disaster for us. Because not one working class person will benefit from having a reform mayor or a reform councillor, or worse still, a reform controlled council. Jobs will be lost. Services that we all rely on will be cut. And the hateful rhetoric which is ripping apart our communities will be turned up even louder. Everything that we stand for. Yesterday, Keir Starmer said he was going to well, he got some of that right. Because Keir Starmer,
All middle class.
you should go back, and you should take Rachel Reid and her hateful, cruel fiscal rules with you. Sisters, brothers, friends, we must unite today and we must fight for better. We voted for change. Well, now we absolutely have to demand the change that we all need. We will not stay quiet. We will not be content with crumbs from the boss's table. We will stand up for what is right and for what we deserve, and we won't stop until we get it. Every speaker we have for you today is going to inspire you to fight that little bit harder. None more so than our first speaker, trade unionist, friend and class fighter for us in Parliament, Richard Bergen, MP.
Another middle class twerk.
Thank you very much, Jane. And I'm always proud to march with fellow trade unionists, socialists and internationalists through the streets of Leeds. May Day is so important because it's a day when we not only celebrate the contribution of the working class majority.
They can pretend to be cosplay, not working class. Look, not single working class person. It's not working class, it's middle class. Cobblers.
Trade union labour movement. And that's so important because the fights that we face today are absolutely crucial. But we reach a time when it's never been as worrying for people in our society and around the world. I want to start off by paying tribute to all the trade unionists in this city, across the country and around the world that have taken strike action in the last year in defence of pay, jobs, terms and conditions and a better society. And let's understand that trade unionism in its finest form understands that the industrial and the political are two sides of the same coin. Every strike is political and there can be no worthwhile politics unless it's led in the interest of the working class majority.
No one's working class here, they're all middle class. They represent the middle class. They fantasise, it's all fantasies. They think they speak for the working class without ever knowing a single working class person.
Look what's happened in Italy. Look at the advance, although held back to an extent, of the far right in Germany.
Not far right.
Look at the election results.
Working class, that's all they mean.
A wave of reaction around the world where everything seems like fair game with a far right who want to scapegoat, stigmatise, demonise.
What you're looking at is a bunch of middle class left wing people who think they're cosplaying at being working class. They all fantasise they're working class. Not a single one is. They just despise the working class and think they're going to talk for them. Look at them. Work middle class, middle class, middle class. Hate the working class.
The trade union and labour movement has an answer to this. And the answer to this is something that we've learned through centuries of struggle. And that answer is solidarity. The understanding that an injury to one is an injury to all. An understanding that a great socialist you cannot be if you're all about the I and not about the we. We need a mass collective democratic movement in this country and around the world for a better society. And that means that yes, the Labour government has to change direction, but also the trade union movement needs to step up to the plate. That insurance is all very well and good for members, but let's have a fighting trade union movement because, as Eddie Dempsey, the new General Secretary of the RMT, has said,
And all them trade union leaders on about 400k. Jobs for the boys. Jobs for the boys. They look after themselves, that's all it's about.
Building on the very welcome Employment Rights Act. It was an advance for workers'
See if we can see anyone working class. Oh look, no one. Not a single person.
That must include, in my opinion, the introduction of collective sectoral bargaining to empower trade unions to fight back but also it must give back the human right to take sympathy, strike, action.
Yeah, drag the country down while all the other countries are doing well. That's sensible. Yeah, strike, strike, strike. Yeah, we knew what that did. We know what all these strikes have done. They just destroy all the companies. Well done. We used to have a car business, but they strikes destroyed them, didn't they? Brilliant. All the other countries, China, they're succeeding. Bet they don't have strikes.
Standing shoulder to shoulder with their comrades in the National Union of Mine Workers and taking people on a political journey that made industrial and political progress for workers.
Yeah, we want miners down there. That's what they think. Oh, we want all the working class in mines so they can die early. That's how sick these people are. Scum. Best thing ever was to close the mines and bled all them people alive. But that's all these people want, the working class in mines. That's all they think they deserve. So that's what they're fuming. And all them working class came out the mines and got proper jobs, like doctors and nurses and things. They were fuming.
Today, because trade unions are their best when they're internationalists, and May Day is an internationalist occasion being celebrated all around the world on different continents. It would be remiss of me today not to mention the genocide that's taking place in Gaza. I've been clear in Parliament and on the protest that we've had enough of the double standards. The government has quite rightly been sanctions on Putin and on Russia that are an lawful invasion on Ukraine. Why is it so hard for them to do the same against Israel?
Yeah, we all hate the Jews here, clearly, and that's all that's about. Hate the Jews. Sick of that. Socialism, 1930s German socialism back again.
A war crime is a war crime. Whoever commits it, and international law applies to everyone, or it's not worth the paper it's written on. So let's have widespread sanctions. We need them. Let's have a full stop to arms sales, including the components of the F-35 jets, and let's enforce those international legal obligations that we have. Woo! And when we look in our own situation here, I want to make clear again, as I've made to the Prime Minister in Parliament and to ministers in Parliament, that it is completely morally wrong and a departure from the founding principles of the Labour Party, founded by trade unionist, socialist, internationalist Keir Hardie, to try and make disabled people pay the price to balance the books. It's completely wrong to try and balance the books on the backs of the poor and the disabled. The government is trying to save between £4 and £5 billion a year in the cuts for disability benefit support. Why not take the real tough choice, the moral choice, and instead of taking personal independence payments of disabled people, instead introduce a wealth tax of 2% on assets over £10 million.
Yeah, let's encourage all the rich to leave the country. That'll work, won't it? Worked in the 70s, didn't it, with all left? How thick can you be?
All too often it means taking an easy choice and kicking the poorest and kicking the disabled and kicking those who need support, not stigmatisation. And so, as you'd expect,
how about taking a pay cut, matey? Oh no, they won't do that, will they, all these Labour lot? They keep the wages.
I don't want this vote even to take place. We need a mass movement outside Parliament, led by disabled people, supported by MPs in Parliament, to get the government to drop this plan. And I'll tell you now, if they don't drop this plan, they will have on their hands in Parliament the mother of all rebellions. But also, they will have on their hands, unfortunately, in the country, a really dangerous situation. Jane mentioned earlier the advance of reform, and that should really worry us. But as I said on the media this morning, people feel let down. People have lived through and endured 14 years of conservative austerity. They voted for change. We need to offer an alternative and deliver an alternative. We shouldn't have cut the winter fuel payments. I voted against it. We should lift the 2-child benefit cap. I voted for that. And we should drop this attack on disabled people's benefits and introduce a wealth tax instead.
If you believed they were saying this, they'd quit Labour, wouldn't they?
Reform offers no real answers. Reform offers no real answers. But at the end of the day, they exploit the political vacuum. Where there isn't hope, people turn to despair. And where people turn to despair, people are easier to divide. The ruling class has always wanted to divide the working class. That's how they square the circle of being the 1%, but ruling over the 99%. So our message, not only in theory, but in practice, of solidarity is the answer to their attack. And I want to finish on the words of one of my heroes, the socialist internationalist Tony Benn, a member of Parliament for nearly 50 years, who showed support to workers in struggle here and showed support to all the important international causes. Tony Benn said that socialism is a flame of anger against injustice and a flame of hope that you can build a better world. Our job is, as a movement, is to keep those twin flames burning. Let's fuel that fire of hope, that fire of anger, and in doing so, let's create a better society. A society we can all be proud of. A society where the working class majority get the fruits of their labour and every single minority in our society is treated with the respect they deserve. Solidarity!
Disabled people against the cuts, and who has written the fantastic book, unfortunately much needed, about the war on disabled people. Read it if you can. Huge message Thank you so much, Jane, and thank you, Jane.
A hero of the working class, about no working class person knows her. And she's middle class. It's a fantasy. The cosplayer being working class. See if he's sodded off. Hang on. Has it cleared it? Oh no, it's there. Not a single person here is working class. Not one. They cosplay at it.
We are now facing the worst threat that disabled people have seen in Britain within living memory.
That's not
And the fact that this is happening under a Labour
They're retired, most of them.
following a decade and a half of relentless
They described her as being a hero to the working class. But not a single person working class knows her. And she's middle class.
Perhaps, unlike other sections of the Labour vote, we knew that life under Starmer would be tough. The renewed pages to incorporate the Convention on the Rights of Disabled People, the deliberate failure to make any manifesto commitments to reversing the austerity and welfare reform measures responsible for grave and systematic violations of disabled people's rights were sure signs. But more than that, we knew that if Starmer was in power, there would be an attempt to legalise assisted suicide. What's taken a rough way, though, is the deliberate speed at which these further retrogressions of our living standards and our very right to life are being taken forward. The backhanded methods and outright lies, and the scale and the depth of the attacks that we are now facing. And none of this, of course, is just attacks on disabled people. They're attacks on our whole class. They're ways to bring into line workers and attempt to make us put up and shut up with worsening conditions in work. To outdo the Tories, though, impunity is a real feat, though. The immense
I'll give you a
scale
tenner
of
to
the
punch
planned
in the
disability
face.
cuts is simply unbelievable.
It'll be good, you'll get loads of views in the news.
Entertain, let alone go ahead with.
I'm disabled.
And what is
Except my leg, I can hardly walk.
is only half of the story, as I know definitely the DPAC members here today will be aware. We're hearing in the media they're looking at cuts of 4.8 million a year, but that's not true. The static on paper cut is well over 9 billion. The 4.8 figure is calculated on the basis of assumptions of
And you'll look the other way.
that may or may not happen, that mean that those disabled people who are affected might somehow not lose those benefits. As the Office for Budget Responsibility says, it is a highly uncertain judgment. So we need to be talking about cuts of 9 billion per year.
I want to toast.
Cuts on that scale will unquestionably lead to more benefit deaths. They'll destroy lives, they'll destroy whole communities. The estate where I live in South East London will be ravaged by cuts on this scale. But the biggest cuts are going to be felt in the poorest areas and the poorest overall regions, including the North East, North West and Wales. So friends, this is a really tough time just on the face of those cuts. But in addition to that, disabled people are also at the very same time fighting the attempt to legalise assisted suicide, which is being pushed through the Commons extremely quickly with a lot of irregularities. A lot of people not
The
having
section's going to be bad Monday,
to take in
even with
what
that. I bet you'll lose
assisted
reception.
dying is supposed
Everybody's
to-
going to be on
what
TikTok.
assisted dying actually means. The committee stage, which happened very quickly and is now over, voted down amendments to restrict eligibility from the groups who are most likely to feel pressurised to end their lives or to have their judgments influenced by adverse circumstances. For example, homeless people, women with anorexia, people with Down syndrome,
She's a hero to
those with
us.
financial worries, prisoners,
No, but
and
she's a
those who
hero,
feel
we've been
themselves to
told.
be a burden.
Yeah, she said she introduced the working class hero. I mean, I've never heard her, I bet no one has.
It's
a fantasy.
And as the impact assessments published yesterday show,
Probably. I might have can't. Waste of time. Oh, woman.
save the NHS a significant
What, is the
amount of
one there?
money. So funny that this is being pushed through now. We're having to fight this at the same time as fighting these
They're always
benefit cuts.
Oh,
And at the
that's
same
it.
time, as all of us who care about such social justice are having to fight the rise of the far right. I know that campaigners like myself who've been at DPAC from the beginning are
I
feeling
know.
burned out and
Horrible.
exhausted.
And never wonder
I
why
know my
people
friend
abandon them.
Dr. Wyman, who's
It's like I
a
said,
stalwart
yeah,
and leads
it's like
DPAC and
the,
has done so
it's
much
like
around
one of
it.
those thingies, and they've gone, oh, we can't believe the drama that they've gone around calling everyone dumb and everything. I mean, you'd think that would encourage people not to vote.
Actually, to the direct attack of people like Starmer, Kendall and Streeting
Oh, yeah.
on
I think
disabled
that's
young
just,
people. We now have younger people coming into our
It's just,
movement
I
who
think
are
last time
helping
we
us
had them
along
look
the
doing
way.
this, it's
And it's brilliant to see how these younger people are not taking what's being given to them. They're not taking the idea that they are inventing their own mental health diagnoses. Research has shown that the biggest factor behind the rise in young people who are not in education, employment or training are austerity and the impact of austerity. This is also the generations that have their childhoods ruined by COVID and Johnson's mishandling of it. We at DPAC very much welcome the arrival on the campaigning scene of Crips Against Cuts, the newest, youngest addition to the deaf and disabled people's movement. But it can't just be disabled people fighting alone. This is a fight for all of us, just as it is the fight for workers' rights, the fight against transphobia.
Oh,
and the
so
fight
right,
for
is anyone working class?
DPAC is proud to be part of the united struggle against all forms of oppression and towards a future for the many. Thank you so much for your support. Solidarity.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's worse than the Carlin comrades, I hate
The
that.
newly elected regional secretary
I mean, they wonder why that puts people off. I'm thinking, yeah.
We do like a full speech and then just at the end of it, we just go, solidarity.
Yeah. They just use buzzwords.
Comrades,
There you go.
it's an honour to join you today. Celebrate May Day. An essential day of the year where we get to stop and think about the victories of our past. But before I talk about May Day, I want to talk about another important day also. Today is also Real Press Freedom Day. A day where we get to stop and think about the impact that journalism has on our world. In last year alone, 122 journalists were killed.
And then they'll block us.
From Ukraine to Afghanistan, from the UK to Gaza. Journalists put their life on the line day in, day out to expose the truth of the world, something that is even more important today, more than ever, when we live in a post-truth society. So I think it's important, while we also mark May Day, we think about those people who are out there day in, day out, exposing the truth of what is happening around us. So now, political elections yesterday.
Hypocrites.
Turn Reform from a fringe political party to a force to be seriously reckoned with. They've won control of councils, they've never contested before, and they have 2 mayors in our part of the world. While they continue to hide behind bland slogans and sound bites, we know what it really is. A dog whistle for racism, a dog whistle for misogyny, and a dog whistle to hide their politics of what they really want. They may continue to cosplay as supporting workers' rights, they may continue to pretend that they care about you, but I can tell you for certain. Simply look at their own voting records of their MPs in Parliament. When the Employment Rights Bill came through Parliament, do you think they voted for that? Were they in favour of that? Any guesses? Absolutely not. Because they don't want to give
hang
you
on,
rights.
he had the yellow tom.
That is a message that we have to get out there and give to
if you
people.
look on the
We
side,
can't
I'll
just
show you. Hang on, let me
expect
see if I can
that we
see
can
him.
talk to ourselves and we can change the world.
Yeah,
We
blue
have to get out
jeans,
there
blue
and organise.
trousers, yeah, that's
We have
it,
to
yeah.
speak to our work
Yeah, that's
colleagues.
who it
We have
is,
to
yeah.
speak to people
Yeah.
we spend our time with, people in our communities, people we see
Yeah,
day in,
Leeds
day out. We
councillor.
have to change
You
minds.
afterwards Google them, you'll see
Yesterday
them.
should be a wake-up call for all
Leeds,
of us.
there's about
The
1,000
work
of
that
them.
has to be done.
Yeah,
The work
I
that we have
can't
to
remember,
do
there's so many
to
of them.
change the results of yesterday.
But I think this is
If we
important,
want
the
to
way to
stop
work
the reform
hard.
government, which is a very real reality, we need to work. We all need to go out there. We need to organise. We need to hold events like today.
It was with a
We need
bloke
to get
last
out
year, I
into
don't
our
know where, it
communities,
seems it's on
and
his
we need
own
to
this
speak to
year.
people. Now, standing in Leeds today, we stand in a city with a history, a strong history of anti-fascism. In 1936, Oswald Mosley thought he'd walk through here. 30,000 people in this city came together to show him the door. In the 80s, there was a massive festival celebrating anti-racism. 20,000 people came to that festival. And throughout the 80s, young people organised to resist fascism. In Bradford, young people organised to stop the far right marching through their city. That is the work that we have to do. We have to do the work of organising our communities, bringing people together, changing minds. Now, that isn't easy work. I don't pretend and stand here like that's an easy conversation to have. But it is work worth doing. And we should be inspired by our ancestors. Inspired by our ancestors who gave us the weekend, who gave us paid holidays, who gave us safer workplaces, equal pay, disabled rights. All of these things were won by our ancestors. And we can get that as well. Because we're winning that now. The Employment Rights Bill is the biggest improvement of workers' rights in a generation. It will bring to an end zero-hours contracts. It will bring to an end fire and rehire. It will overturn trade union laws that have restricted our movement for decades. It will end those things. And we are winning that now. And we can win again. We can win on disabled rights. We can win on disability benefits. We can win for trans people. We can beat Nigel Farage. We can beat reform. I know we can because we can look at our own history and understand what we can do. So, comrades, I ask you to think about that as we leave today. Think about the work that must be done. Think about the organising that you can do in your community. Stand with the people in your community. Stand with the people you work with. And stand for a better future. Thank you.
Who are squaring up to this government.
Another middle class person.
2 months ago, Unite the Unions retired the community members in Doncaster put this report here together, posted a copy of it through Ed Miliband's office letterbox. The last page of this report reads, if the Labour government continues to refuse a U-turn on the winter fuel payment cut, it has to accept that this will hand huge numbers of votes to reform. Now, you won't be surprised to hear that Ed Miliband didn't respond to us. 2 days ago, Leeds and Starmer's politically and economically incompetent choice to take 300 quid off pensioners helped to deliver reform 37 seats and overall control of Doncaster Council. Now that's Doncaster, where 126 years ago, Thomas Steele's railwaymen planted the first seeds for the Parliamentary Labour Party. And that is the fate of many more councils up and down this country if we don't see an urgent change in direction. I'm proud to say that Unite led the fight against the winter fuel payment cuts from day one, and that fight is still ongoing. Long before Labour's victory last July.
What? You an who, bro?
Oh, it's that horrible man from last time, isn't it? Do you remember ages ago? He had to go at one of the Jewish guys. He's a horrible little man. Yeah, you're a horrible little man. Yeah. Poor fella. Small and inferior. Even the police weren't bothered. That's how pathetic he is.
Last July.
Oh, he's small, isn't it? Don't know, he had to go at him.
To rob 1.3 million disabled people of their personal independence. Nobody voted to watch a Labour council in Birmingham take £8,000 off the pay
Where my
of
girlfriend's
every bin
going.
worker in that city. I would wager that not one single person put a cross in the box next to Labour, hoping to see more cuts, hoping to see higher bills, and hoping to see more austerity. But that is what Labour has delivered for us so far. All these cuts amount to an attack on our members. No trade union would stand back and let an employer make their members worse off. So why should it be any different if it's a Labour government making our members worse off? So what do we do about it? Well, first, we need our politicians to abandon the failed creed of austerity and start delivering policies that rebalance our broken economy. That means public ownership of key sectors like water, like energy, like steel, like transport. And it means properly taxing the mega rich. As Richard said, we need a wealth tax. But the key point, we cannot rely on political saviours. We've got to start making this change ourselves. Organising and winning in our workplaces, as Dave said, and in our communities. That's how we rebuild a left that can win. A left that ordinary people can trust and can believe in again. We need to win people back. In the 4 years since Sharon Graham was elected as Unite's General Secretary, 200,000 Unite members have taken part in 1,500 disputes. We've won 83% of them, and and this is critical, we put back more than £500 million into workers' pockets. £530 million taken from profiteering bosses and put back in the pockets of the working class. These victories build working class confidence. These victories build bonds of solidarity. These victories make a genuine difference to the lives of workers. And that victory and organising, that is the best defence against the rise of the right. Solidarity.
Thank you, Michael. Our next
They all end with that word, don't they? That does work.
I know. What's that bloke? Is he drunk or something?
I think so.
I'm sure I've seen him before.
I think he's on the Cuban marketing powder.
Oh, yeah, he seems aggravated, doesn't he? What did he do to him?
I don't know.
So why did he have a go at you?
He removed it from before.
He's coming back.
He's coming back.
In the parading of women's bodies by
Oh, no,
men
it's
like
not.
Miss
Come on, give us
World
the
in
one,
Rosario,
My girlfriend's
Eric
gone now.
Moley,
I miss my girlfriend going.
and the sexist comedian Bob Hope. It reminded us of the importance of the actions of those brave women who launched the modern-day women's liberation movement, presaging the gains made by women since 1970 in
Just
abortion
be careful.
rights,
If he has
gay
one,
rights,
just be
and the
careful. He
struggle
might do
against
something
patriarchy.
stupid. I've seen people on drugs before
I'm
that do
77
stupid
years
things.
old. I've lived through all these times, and those advances made
I
it
don't know his
possible
way,
for
you know.
me to come
I
out
don't look even
as
as
a
if he's
trans
looking his
woman
way.
when I was 17. It reminds today those gains are once again under threat with the recent Supreme Court ruling imposing a biological essentialist view on every human being. By forcing women to be womanly, this is a right-wing reaction with transphobia as the wedge issue. It's an attack on all of us. We should be clear that people will be judged on their appearance. There will be no examination of genitals. There will be no blood tests as you go into the toilets. It will be your appearance. And I'll tell you who's going to suffer the most. Women who may be butch women, maybe men who are female, like I used to be. I'm proud to be a member of the University and College Union. I work at the University of Leeds, where I'm Professor of Food Physics. I'm a proud and out trans woman, and already the university has removed its trans-friendly website in reaction to the £500,000 fine on the University of Sussex for its alleged mistreatment of Catherine Scott, a prominent gender-critical feminist. That was imposed by the Higher Education Funding Council. So it's a double whammy. You know, you've got the attack on the universities and education through the Equality Commission, and you've got the
It's getting cool, isn't it?
as well. And,
There's supposed to be something that too, but I don't know how far off that is. You know that anti-monic thing? That's supposed to be here. I don't know if there's going to be anyone turn up. I didn't see anyone join this thing, so maybe no one's turned up. So I presume that's what they're going to do, but...
And that we urge our management to take a clear and strong stance against transphobia at Sussex. It also called for an investigation into institutional transphobia. But it did add, and this is important for the trade union, we do not endorse the call for any worker to be summarily
You mean no railers
sacked.
that you claim stood in your feet? They're there.
The Labour shadow minister.
Oh, she's horrible. She'll come after you before, won't she? She's a complete... She's just a... She's a bigot.
I really don't know.
No, but she's a bigot. Yeah, she's a bigot. She thinks she doesn't like anyone working class. She's a complete bigot. It was like her husband or whoever he is said that, but he said tonight he's not welcome in this country. I thought, God.
He said like 3 times the body weight at one time.
She's horrible.
appointed by the previous Tory government, and now with the support of Starmer to the Equalities Commission and the High Court. Their voices are megaphoned by the right-wing press.
I'm coming down to you.
Millionaire
Thanks for this. Yeah.
I say keep fine.
Alright, well, we'll chat later.
Once again, we must take to the streets to defend the gains made by women's lifters and their allies over the last 50 years. Let's be clear, we have made gains. The movements that we've all been in have made gains. We are now on the defensive, but we can win again by the same methods and the same bravery. Once again, we must fight in our... We must fight in our work.
There's a bloke over there in a blue shirt. Can you see? It's like, just watch him, there's a bit off his head.
We must unite with all those fighting oppression in whatever form it appears, whether it's freedom for Palestine, the Birmingham bin workers' struggle, or the anti-racist fight against the It is in unity.
You'll see, he's stood with his arms crossed, he's off his head.
Thank you. Our penultimate speaker, comrades, so stick with it. It's Jamal Hussein.
Will that be another middle class person? Oh, it's him. He loves his voice. I know.
So I'm Rod, the Vice Chair of Leeds PSC. Now, obviously, I'm here today to speak about Palestine because it's important and paramount that we never stop talking about Palestine. Now, many people would not know this, but today is the birthday of a girl called Hind Rajan. She was a 6-year-old Palestinian girl who would have been 7 this year, and she died begging in a car for the ambulances to save her as Israeli tanks fired on that car more than 300 times, murdering her in cold blood. And she was one of more than 100,000 Palestinians massacred and annihilated by the apartheid occupation Israel. And within that knowing that, we have to understand and commemorate the fact of her life, the life she would have had, the life she deserved to have, but was brutally taken away from her. And it's within that many activists across this country have taken to the streets and have made victories and gains against British complicity in the genocide of the Palestinians. From shutting down arms factories either briefly or permanently, like Teledyne and Shipley, or the campaign about Barclays to divest from Elbit Systems, and the movements of students across the country, especially in the occupation of Arkansas building with the encampments that stood against the university's complicity with Israel. Not only that, but the fact that many campaigners are calling for divestment from the West Yorkshire Pension Fund.
You might be able to go in and because it's all automated. So they might like, so you walk in. Because they don't have staff anymore, you just walk in, so you might scan your card, that's sometimes that's what happens, and you just feed it into the machine.
And oppression from our state. So we know how clear Starwood can be, don't we?
And it might not close
so the 12th of May, 9:30, Bradford Magistrates Court, the Bradford 4 to act against Teledyne, shut it down. They're on trial. We must support our activists in our endeavours, because if we let any of them down and we let them go, that will be next. Not only that, all our activists, Doug, will be there on the 8th of May at the same time at the same court. We have to support our activists, but it is united that we stand. And we have to remember that with today, as acknowledging the gains workers have achieved, commemorate the fact and remember the brave souls of the Palestinian workers who every day under bombardment, under siege, under the fire of bullets, will throw themselves into fire, into danger, and rescue and save all that they can, from the ambulance workers, to the aid workers, to the doctors, and every single person in between, and to the teachers who could teach their children and their students throughout this genocide bombs fall. And we have to also remember It is the power of the workers that can change and make sure we have a full arms embargo. It can't be up to the state, it has to be up to us. Look to Turkey, Morocco and India, where thousands of dock workers stop shipments of oil and weapons to Israel. Look how in our past, where we had a full arms embargo by the workers when South Africa has apartheid. We have to take these lessons and use them to fight back against the state. So it's workers united and everyone united that we get to make that change. So we must stand united. Sound the drums of liberation and free ourselves from the shackles of oppression. But this is one struggle and this is one fight, and everything is linked together. And though we may be living in harsh times, the state, the far right, the form rising, the far right rising across the world, it may seem like there's a lot to throw at us, and they are going to throw a lot at us. But I want to leave you with a quote from the Asian youth movement who stood against the National Front in the 70s and 80s. Come what may, we're here to stay. Let's bring the fight to them.
Our final speaker, Sam Khan, MEU rep from Stand Up to Racism.
Thanks so much, Jane. Let's be absolutely clear. Farage and Reform are not just another Conservative party, another set of Tories. They are a far-right party, and we have to name them as such. Yesterday was a wake-up call for those outside on these ranks here about what can happen. And it's sad that there's a dash to the right over immigration policy from our own government. What's happened when other people in other European countries have done that? Well, it did work in Germany, where there's a dash to the right over immigration policies, because the AfD, the far-right party there, came second in the federal government elections this February. We can't let Starmer do that and let Reform come second in the general election. It didn't work in France, where the same thing happened, and we now see the rise of Le Pen and her Rassemblement National Party. We have to make sure that that doesn't happen in our country as well. But it's not just about elections. We have to make sure that what happens between elections doesn't affect our communities, whether they are white communities, whether they are our black and brown communities that we all live together with. So when we see that dash to the right over immigration, it encourages things like the attacks and setting fire to hotels that we saw last summer, absolutely appalling and horrifying. It leads to what we saw sadly last Saturday in Leeds, an individual led by far-right ideology and misogyny to attack Iran. We cannot allow that to happen. And it also leads to people like Andrea Jenkins, who used to be an MP around here, now saying that those seeking asylum in our country shouldn't be housed in hotels, they need to be in tents. Absolutely disgraceful. We have to oppose that dash to the right over those policies. We also have to remember that most people aren't racist actually, but they're not as visible and as loud as we need to be. And I think that's what we have to do in our movement. We have to be louder and we have to be more visible. We can't let racism to be encouraged. Now, different to France and Germany, we have a much greater union density in this country, which is fantastic. And we need our unions to play their role. They've all got good policy on anti-racism. They've all got good policy on immigration. But let's make that louder and let's make it clearer. And let's make it more like my own union General Secretary, Daniel Kavadi, who did call Reform out of being far right. And he didn't like it very much, did he? But if Nigel, you want to have a war with the enemy, you bring it on, because we're ready to fight you back. And let's use the fact that many young people, despite what some politicians think, actually are involved in politics and do want to be involved in politics. Let's get them in the unions and let's find them and encourage them to be involved. We know that in the 70s and 80s, Rock Against Racism did a fantastic job using cultural events to bring people together and take that message out there about the National Front. We need that to happen now. We've got Love Music, Hate Racism. Let's get that message out. If you want to be involved in something like that, come to the store. Let's make our message louder and much more visible. Stand Up to Racism is part of that umbrella organisation. We demand change. There are many of us that campaigned under the Tories and listened to that awful stop the vote stuff. We don't need that continuing, thanks very much, Kia. It's got to stop. Under the Tories, we absolutely needed change. And at the general election, we voted for change. We're not getting it, so now we need to be united and demand change.
Before you go, have you got a song sheet? Our friend Lewis Pugh from the NEU is going to lead us in a song. If you haven't got a song sheet, you're off to the song. Can we go around with them? Come on, gather around. Is
it going to be that Labour song? Is it going to be that Labour song, I wonder? Or is it something new?
Oh, wait. Ringing me?
No, it's not me.
Thanks so much, Jane. Cheers to everyone. The song's for the bullying bosses. It's for the spineless management. It's for the sad
I know, it's not exactly catchy, is it?
John McPherson.
Unless you haven't started.
It's a song called Union Made by Woody Guthrie. There once was a union made who never was afraid. Bugs and bugs and the bully and bugs and every time it's all free. Never said I get it all went out my head. I've been practicing all week, folks, you wouldn't believe it, would you?
But they don't even know the words.
Obviously, Inspector goes on.
No, I just forgot again, that's what she said. He's having to read it off past it.
She went to the union hall, and the meeting it was called. And the company boys came around, this is what she said. Jack, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. No, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union, to the day I die. This union maid was wise to the tricks of the company's spies. She'd never been fooled by company, so she'd always organize the guys. She always got away, but she felt for better pay. She'd show a card to the company guy, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. No, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union, to the day I die. Here we go. No, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. No, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Again. You can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. No, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die.
Ooh, I forgot the words.
Turn your song sheet over. It
Oh.
tells you, go and tell all your friends to join a union, get all your friends to get active, demand the change we need, because sisters, brothers, friends, together we can win. Thank you.
When? What, a Monday?
No, no.
What's that?
Apparently, I've been told from that place there might be something going on back at the
Monday.
They're playing now, so I think someone might...
Oh, if there is,
No.
I think they're less. I'm not interested in football. Hate it. You might as well go round and see. What time do you make it? Because there's supposed to be something here at 2.
I think it's 7.
We'll see if it...
Quick
No, it's
announcement.
not a
Leeds
Wednesday night,
PSC have not organised the demonstration next Saturday. We're all going to Wakefield with banners held high where Jeremy Corbyn is speaking. So make yourselves Wakefield next Saturday. Thank you.
I did. Unless it's got the time as well. Yeah. Well, I did. It was up till about... I thought it was. I might have slept in. I mean, it is early, but...
Yeah, I might say Monday.
Well, there's a big bus thing on Monday. Reception will be awful because everybody's going to be there doing it, but I'll record it. I'll see what we can get. I mean, I hate football anyway.
Don't sing. You know that video that
I won't wear it. I know, but what you said could have got me into trouble. I'll tell you later. Just watch this guy here in blue. I don't know if he's still here. There's some little jerk off in blue.
Blue? Are you sure? Not the purple guy?
No, he's gone, I think. They look like they're a bit high.
Oh, I wonder if it's him. There were a guy swinging his arms about when you were telling me and he wandered off the back.
Blue jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked a bit small little twit. Not interested. I mean, just that if it was on drugs, people on drugs, you got to be careful because they don't think rationally. No. That looks like it.
Oh yes. You're open Monday, yeah.
What's happened to your phone? Put a screensaver. Is that a screensaver you cracked?
No, my phone.
Yeah, is it a screensaver?
I had a plastic thing over it.
Yeah, but is that the screen or is it a
that's screen.
screensaver? Oh, you idiot.
I know.
You get a screen, but it's too late now. That's why I've got a screensaver and everything. If I drop it, it don't matter.
Can't even do selfies properly.
Well, I never do selfies.
No, it's good.
Right. Look, be careful you don't fall, it's a long drop.
Monday. This is great.
So I don't know, is it worth hanging about or is that it for the day? Because there is supposed to be something here at 2, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Dipping? Does that mean?
We're gonna dip.
I don't even understand that. I'm younger than you, I don't understand your old people
Everybody's
language.
younger than you.
Sod off. Jealousy. How's that Bert gone? Looks like it. Him in the blue jacket look like. Oh, you mean gone? Is that what you're trying? Are you trying to sound young by using trendy words? Oh, how sad! Can't believe you're sad and trying to use youth language to make yourself look. Oh, it's as bad as somebody, a certain somebody saying bro all the time. Martin. Yeah, sad. We're being talked about. I just pointed up at us, mentioned those guys. Him with the glasses. He's been staring at me all day. Yeah, with the glasses on, yeah. Well, yeah, well, the one with the long hair then. Just caught in point. It's been glaring at my twit. I mean, he could just ask us, couldn't he? But, oh no, it's rather just be a Burke and spread rumours or whatever. Could wash his hair. At least when I had that long hair, I used to wash it. I had longer hair than him. I used to have really long hair. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah, it was always getting tangled up, mine, though. I don't know, there's supposed to be some like that too. You want to get off? The trouble is, I don't know if we're missing something. I think there's other... Oh, what for? Yeah, but it's Monday they do doors. What are they doing there?
Oh, this one will be family. Down there, it'll be wild party.
Yeah, they'll come here. We'll sit here and wait for them. Or do you want to go down and tell me? I'll watch your live feed. If anything comes, I'll go down and join you. I just can't be asked. It's boring, it's football. Hate football. Well, I don't know anything about it. I can't be bothered with it. Rather go home. I've had enough already today. Might as well just walk the dogs or something.
Are we going to do that other video then, me and you, that night one?
I don't know. I'm going to do it in winter, just see how it goes. I've got loads on. I just can't be bothered. The trouble is, you're not going to get night.
Yeah,
Who's the guy with the green top?
Which one?
Just over there, he's got like green top, grey bottoms on and a face mask on. Go up here with you guys.
Oh, it's just a you. I don't know. Do you know what his name? Do you know? Hang on, them two might know who he is. I think he's a YouTuber. I've seen him before. Yeah, his face is covered, isn't it? Yeah, he seems all right. I think he just does the Leeds, whatever.
I thought he was one.
He's a YouTuber. No, I think he's on about that YouTuber guy.
He is.
Yeah.
I thought he was that.
I've seen him
Oscar
before.
guy.
There's so many people, I lose track.
At one point, I thought he was Bill and Moore for some reason.
No, he doesn't wear a mask. He's usually in Manchester. He comes to Leeds from time to time, but bum 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 bum.
Unless you want to get some film. Oh, there might be some good content on Bridget.
Ugh, couldn't be bothered. It's boring. I just want to go home now.
Do you know the council workers?
What about them?
They're having a go at the buskers.
Why? Oh, I can't. No, it's not fair because they might be having a go at homeless, and I don't like to
No,
embarrass.
it's buskers. No, the proper ones who sing. They're getting too close to each other.
No, we'll leave them to it.
So they're just basically saying...
Yeah, but no one's interested in that. Oh dear. There's supposed to be something at 2, but I'm not sure there is. Sometimes I read the wrong days. It's like Wakefield's supposed to be good next week if you go in.
Excuse me, you know the Wakefield one next week?
Yeah, it's early in the morning, about 10:30.
Whereabouts in Wakefield?
Oh,
So I live in Hull, I don't live in Leeds.
right. I think where did I see it advertised? It's on Twitter. Look for the Jeremy Corbyn. That's
Yeah,
it.
I thought Jeremy
I think it's virtually 6, and I think it's a March. I didn't think it was at first, but it's 10:30. It's early. Yeah, I think it's virtually the city centre, but it's just go on Twitter and type Jeremy Corbyn, and it should pop up. But there's one of the photographers said it's a massive thing in Wakefield. Not apparently it's bigger than this, so I was going, yeah, all right, we'll go. So it should be quite jolly. Hopefully it'll be warmer then. It's a bit chilly. I mean, I said last time, are you going? Yeah. All right. I said, oh, do you know where this Wakefield is? Is it city centre? I can't remember the postcode.
I'm not from Leeds.
There's 2 train stations up there in Wakefield. That confuses it. Yeah, that confuses things matters. Yeah, you wouldn't think it would be. It's only a tiny place.
Yeah.
But it's nice enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get lost in there. But even just driving, because the plan is if it's dull, we can always shoot back here. But you wouldn't think how long, it was just the distance. My mate was in hospital then, she used to moan because I used to say, it takes me an hour to get there just from here. Moan. And she did, and all she did have me do was buy her drifts and then ignore me, so it was waste of time. And you have to pay a fortune to park that, but there you go. It's but yeah, it should be quite good.
Oh, right, Smith Street. Oh, see, brilliant.
Should be odd. Is it a March? Well, it'll all be outdoors. Yeah, it should be quite good.
Not really. I've been to the sculpture park.
Yeah, well, it's outskirts. You have to pay there.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, Google Maps.
Yeah.
You can see everything, can't you?
Yeah. It'll be the centre. It shouldn't be hard to find, but
Yeah.
if you are you driving or bus thing?
No, if I was going to go, I'd get a train.
Right, just make sure you get off. Just remember there is 2 train stations. It does get confusing.
Yeah.
It's, where you lot going to? Ugh, no, I'm going to get off home, walk the dog. There's supposed to be something here at 2, but I don't know. It's like it said, and I bet no one's going. It's see you later. I'll probably see you next Saturday.
We're waiting for the football party.
Oh, I can't be bothered with it. Oh, I'd rather burn my eyes out.
Because the game's away. So they're coming here. Coming up Monday.
Yeah, it might as well. But I think the reception's going to be dreadful because everybody's going to be doing it. I'll wait here for 5 minutes. All right then. See you later. Oh dear. I'll take with it. I'm bored now. Oh, we'll leave it there. I don't think anything's going to happen now. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. We'll just film them buses. Oh, there's a green bus there. Another green bus there. And there's no buses there.